All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and to all of my viewers all over the world, Jabbar Brown here. All right. So, what we want to do today is take a look at a shout, and this particular shout is done in F, and it's the Cathedral Praise Break by the West Angeles COGIC. All right. Again, this is the Cathedral Praise Break, and this is in the key of F. All right. We'll try to work it out there. We'll take an advanced approach here. What we will do is take a look at. First of all, let's just take a listen, and then we'll, break down the sections. We'll go from there. All right. All right. So here we go. All right, so first of all, let's just kind of break down a nice little drive that we can do before we get to the sections. First thing that they're doing. All right, so. In my right hand, I got G. I'm going to go to A flat. I'm going to roll up to it, and I'm going to sustain my C. Not necessarily sustain, but I'm going to hit my G and the C at the same time and roll from the G to A flat, like so. Okay? Okay? F, D, C. And we can actually switch it. Okay. So there's different things that we can do. Let's look at all three. What I'm doing, the second thing that I'm doing is taking the same roll from G to A flat. I got the G and the C, F, D, C. Okay. Okay, and then we can go back to the first one. Okay, like so. Then we'll get to, well, the second thing was taking the A flat, and instead of using G and C, I'm using A and F, and I'm rolling from A flat to A instead of G to A flat. Okay, so this is not what they're doing. Okay, but this is it's just an option. So, okay. Now, what we'll do is go to a change. And wait for them to find it, get it together, get something going. Okay. And they land on a B. Okay, so once we land on this B, Left hand is E flat, A, D flat. Right hand is A flat, D flat, F, and A flat. Okay? And so we're basically now going to be working around this B flat. Okay? So the left hand is now going from D flat and G, well, our D flat tritone to our D tritone. Okay? Okay, so let's kind of play along with it, and then we'll break down what we can do there. All right, so what I'm doing here, I actually got behind them a little bit. Let's clean that up. So what I'm doing after this turn, I want to take this D flat G in the left hand, D flat, G flat, A in the right, and let's just go up half steps. Okay, immediately after this chord, let's use B flat and F, B flat and G in the right hand, but let's roll from our D flat to our D, okay? All right. Okay. Okay. All right. And I'm rolling off of A flat and F as well. Okay. And then I'm using A flat, C, and F. Okay. And to reset, D flat tritone to our D tritone. Right, and then I just added an F. Okay, so you can build on top of these movements. You can stay right here on this B flat. All right, so let's take this pattern. You can also go from this pattern here, okay, back to your first pattern, except we're not going to go from our D tritone to our E flat tritone. We're going to stay here because it's still centered around B flat. Okay. So what I just did was just figure out a way to put it all together. Okay, so sometimes it might sound a little sloppy. All right, so again, what I did was I took our initial approach to so you can still do that, but you can also merge them together. Okay, so you can make a transition with your patterns and still hover around your B flat. Okay, so here we go. So then we have let's look at a nice pattern to come out of it. All right, so let's look at that. The first chord, let's go with D, A flat left hand, C, F, and A flat in the right hand. Okay? I believe we can actually also use D, G, and B flat. Let's check it out. So yet again, another pattern that we could use, all right? So again, for the chords, I'm using two chords in my right hand. C, F, and A flat as my primary chord, but you decided you want to mix it up a little bit, you know, personal preference. So let's go with G flat, C, left hand, F, B flat, D, and maybe F on the right hand. Now you can also invert these chords, okay? Okay. Now over G, left hand is F, B, E flat. The right hand is E flat major, so E flat, G, and B flat. And I'm just kind of doing this roll from F, G flat, and G, as some refers to as being the that twang. Okay, and then the last chord over C, we can go with left hand E, B flat, and E flat. The right hand, all we're doing is really using an A flat major. So you can invert that and get different kinds of voicings. Okay? So A flat, C, E flat. Okay? Excuse me. And then we jump back into our pattern. Going right back again. Now, with this right here, well, as you can hear, it kind of took them a minute to get it together. They really didn't get it together, though. So we could just find a spot to do our hits. So, all right. When I think of something, think of it's good, how it set me free. Okay, so we can actually hit after each phrase. So when I think of His goodness, it's done for me. Think of His good, how it set me free. Okay, and so all I'm doing, even with this chord, is I'm just going down a whole step, okay? Okay, and then we go right back into our pattern. I think that's what I was doing. So it's kind of weird. I think that's what I was doing. I'm not quite sure. All right. Now, so with this part here, when I think of His goodness, here we can go to, again, the hits after each phrase. Okay? Or I guess you could do it when I think it was, and it was done for me. When I think. Okay? They were a little confused here. So it's all right, though. All right, so with that being said, you can go either way. When I think of His goodness, or after when I think of His goodness. Okay? And remember, we're just going a whole step with a couple of half steps down. So 1, 2, D flat, G, C, left hand, F, B flat, and E flat. All right, so let's keep listening. And basically what we could do here is just kind of keep the same patterns, mix them up. All right, so okay, excuse me. Let's look at a couple of things, maybe 3. All right, praise Him. Let's go with E flat, G, B flat, D, left hand, right hand, F, B flat, D, and F. And then we can resolve. All we want to do is really look at B flat and D, resolve it down to A and C. Okay? Or we could go to our original chord, E flat, A, D, left hand, G, C, and F. Okay? Praise Him. Okay. Now the latter part of it, we're bouncing on the F, so we got F, C, and F, D, C, and back up. And then we can also just okay. So we might be able to get by with it might be a little bit too much to squeeze in there. You know, so we could do it that way. back to it. Let's back up a little bit. All right, so something that we could do is take this pattern. Let's play with it one more time. All right, so we could get by. If we do it with one hand, we stay up top here, we could get by with it with all of that. Otherwise, we could stick with the other things that we've shown, okay, or demonstrated. All right. You know, so certain things like that, you can throw it in there as well. And this will be the last one. Okay? So okay, that's more like it. That's a little more, that's a bit cleaner. All right. So, what I'm doing is I'm taking the G, A flat, and the C, and we're still using F, D, C. Okay, and everything else is still the same. It's just the way we approach it initially. Okay, G, A flat, and C. So you got multiple ways to approach it, okay? So I do hope this lesson has been a blessing to you. That pretty much wraps it up for this portion here of the Cathedral Praise Break, West Angeles, COGIC, in the key of F, all right? So I hope it's been a blessing to you. And I want to encourage you right now to continue to practice hard and practice smart. Keep God first. Stay humble while you're learning new tricks, you know, new movements, what have you. Always remain humble. Okay? If you're prayerful now, maybe I just encourage you to spend a little bit more time in prayer. You know, I don't believe that anything bad will come from spending a little bit more time in prayer. As a matter of fact, I believe that just a little bit of extra prayer time can result in huge results when it comes to the favor of God upon your life. So you already know, and I believe that you already know, God is amazing. You know, when he sees your intention, he sees your heart, and that you're pressing deeper into his presence, there's no limit to what he can do. To us, our efforts may seem minute, but to God, regardless of how we see it, he sees our heart. So there's no telling what he would do. And he sees you taking the extra effort, the extra 5, the extra 10 or 15 minutes to dig a little bit deeper in prayer. Who knows what the Lord will do for you. All right. So just want to encourage you a little bit. All right. But with that being said, together, you and I on this journey, we'll take this journey together. And while we do so, let's do the work and see the results. Until the next time, you be blessed and take care. Jabbar Brown signing out.